25th. High levels of radioactive material were found from the number 3 reactor at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant. And the Nuclear Industrial and Safety Agency says that it is possible that the reactor may be damaged in part of the number 3 reactor and that radioactive material has started to leak to the outside. The agency gave a news conference from 10:30 this morning. Yesterday, 3 workers were exposed to radiation in the turbine room of the number 3 reactor, and 10,000 times the level of the water found in an active reactor were found from the water that injured the workers. The agency has said that it is likely that radioactive material is being leaked from the number 3 reactor. This agency official says that the containment function is working to a certain degree at the number 3 reactor, but he says radioactive material is being leaked right now. So the agency needs to look more closely at the situation closer, including the possibility that the reactor has been damaged. According to TEPCO's Fukushima office, at the number 1 reactor, the temperature of the first surface of the reactor at one point reached 400 degrees, which exceeds the 302-degree design temperature of the reactor. However, at 6 a.m. this morning, the temperature of the surface of the reactor was down to 204.5 degrees. And the pressure inside the containment vessel of the reactor yesterday morning at 5 o'clock was 3.85 atmospheres, but this morning at 6 a.m. this was down to 3.1 atmospheres. The power company says that before the electricity is switched on fully in the number 1 through 4 reactors, they'll be inspecting the pumps and equipment for any damage. If this work continues, lights will be turned on in the central control room of the number 2 reactor before the end of the day. And at the number 3 reactor, work is planned to take place to pump fresh water into the reactor. And with the help of the Kawasaki Fire Department, water will be hosed into the spent fuel pool. And at the number 4 plant, the power company hopes to start cooling the spent nuclear fuel pool by activating the residual heat removal system. And of the workers who were exposed to radiation yesterday, 2 of them who are believed to have suffered skin damage will be taken to the National Institute of Radiological Sciences in Chiba Prefecture for more specialized treatment. The 2 workers underwent a decontamination process at the hospital in Fukushima Prefecture. However, even after the decontamination process, 150 microsieverts of radiation was detected from the 2 workers. The Nuclear Safety and Industrial Agency has criticized Tokyo Electric Power Company for their improper management of radiation gauging and has instructed them to manage the situation better. The agency has instructed TEPCO to stop work if the alarm on the dosimeter goes on, and for them to notify Tokyo Electric workers to notify Tokyo Electric Power Company if anything untoward happened.
Kyushu Electric Power Company has suspended operation of Genkai nuclear power plant in Saga Prefecture, reactor number 2 and 3. Kyushu Electric Power Company had intended to resume operations between the end of this month and or otherwise early in April, however, has decided to postpone the resumption of operations. Currently, the Genkai nuclear power plant, reactor number 2 and number 3, have suspended operations for regular inspection and was due to resume operations between late March to early April. However, given the catastrophe in Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, Kyushu Electric Power Company has decided to postpone the resumption. They have not yet decided when they will resume operations. In reference to the reason, Kyushu Electric Power Company has alluded to the fact that the situation in Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant has not stabilized, and also secondly, they have given that the reason that the state government, the national government, is currently working on revising the policies to ensure safety in the nuclear power plant.